We're live. What's up? What's going on? We here? Yo, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Come on in. I didn't even really put this out there like that. So whoever come, they come. Whoever's here, they're here. Come on in. You know, usually I put it on a community post. But it's cool. We're here now. What's up? Come on in, y'all. Come on in. When you get a chance, though, right? Hit the like button if you can. Come on in. Yeah, happy Monday. Who that? Double salute. All things. Member of the channel, supervisor of the roller tape film crew. Double salute. Miss Joette, I see you. Double salute. Jab Queen Boxing. What's up? Who else is here? What's going on? Brooklyn in the building. What's up, Pacino? Salute. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. We might not have a big crowd tonight, but you know me. I entertain and perform as if it was 1,000 people in the room. Even if it's only 5 people, you still gonna get Manager Marty. Come on in. I appreciate y'all letting the likes be congruent with the viewership. Come on in. Come on in. I promise you, I won't hold you long tonight. Come on in. Yeah. Grab a plate, though. Grab a plate. Please grab a plate. Because I have some food that I want to serve you. Some food for thought. All right? Let me see something real quick. Let me see what we can do right here. Double salute to my guy, Lucky McKinnels. What's up? Yo, what's going on? Come on in. You see something real quick. Yeah. Let's go. Don't mind me, y'all. What I'm doing right now, I'm creating a community post and I'm sharing it. Okay? Give me like 30 seconds. I'll be done in 30 seconds. Yeah, come on in. Yo, while we waiting for more people to come, because you know they late stragglers tonight. You know what I mean? We're gonna put everybody on point tonight. Come on in. Yo, can somebody just say a word in the chat? Just give me a topic to talk about. I don't care what it's about. Just real quick. I just want to give inspiration, man. They don't call me Manager Marty for nothing. You know what I mean? Just put a word in the chat. It's just something you want to know, because I want to make sure I put this. There you go. Good one. Thank you, Jab Queen. Respect. Let's talk about it. See, when you live, let me tell y'all something real quick. When I'm live, I give you authenticity. Like, I think that my videos should be different from the live that I do, right? The reason why I say that is because when you listen to my videos, I'm talking at a specific pace, right? And I'm not as animated, right? But the thing is, when you live, I want you to have a live experience. It's like watching a boxing match on TV opposed to being there in the actual venue live. It's 2 totally different experiences. So basically what I'm saying is when I'm like publishing videos, I want you all to just get that watching a boxing match on TV feel. I want y'all to get that vibe. But when you live here interacting with me right now, like live, no script. Everything is unfiltered and unscripted right here, right? When you get the live experience, it's almost synonymous with being in a live boxing match. That's how I want you to feel. When you walk away from my live, you're going to get 2 things every single time I turn this camera on. Number 1, you're going to get education. And number 2, you're going to get that education through entertainment, right? So we're going to talk about respect, because that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to ask for somebody in the live chat to give me one word. This is just the icebreaker while everybody else is just coming to class late, right? Come on in. Come on in. One word. It don't matter what is it. It could be relationship. It could be money. Anything. I'm gonna give you some game that you can take with you. It's all about inspiration, right? Now, with that being said, the name, or no, not the name, the word that was in the live chat for me to speak on while we're waiting for people to come on in, our icebreaker, it was respect. That was the word that I saw in the live chat. So salute to Jab Queen Boxing, right? And the reason why I want to do this now is everybody coming in, I want to make sure I share this community post that I'm going live. I'm running behind schedule, so that's why I didn't get a chance to do it, right? Hold up, I want to add some content creators in this. I hope y'all don't mind, do you? I do this every live. Most of them will be here. We'll see. So we're talking about respect real quick, right? I think I think respect is a really big word that most people take for granted, right? It's a word that most people take for granted. And I think also that when we talk about respect, respect is mutual, right? There's two facts about respect. There's a lot of principles when it comes to respect. But there's two things I want to speak on. Number one, respect is mutual. Respect is mutual. And number two, respect must be earned, right? So respect is mutual and respect must be earned. So in other words, is if you give someone respect, you should expect for that person to give you respect mutually, right? Respect should be mutual and respect must be earned. The reason why people are here tonight, and I'm talking about the supporters of the channel, right? Right? I'm talking about the supporters of the channel. I'm not really talking about the trolls. We have a few of them here tonight, and that's to be expected. I'm talking about those that really appreciate the value that I add on my platform, right? I'm talking about the credibility that I have in boxing, right? People are here, this is the crazy thing about it, whether they like me or not, is because they respect something about me. It's true. Even the trolls. Y'all don't have to, listen, y'all don't have to time all the trolls out. We want them here. But if they get a little bit too outrageous, moderators, yeah, go ahead and do your job. But at the end of the day, it's like respect is mutual and it should be earned. And a lot of people don't understand the concept, the basic concept of respect. And I'm going to use myself as an example, right? Like, I've been disrespected several different times. Honestly, in a matter of, I don't want to say a week. I'm going to say a week. I'm going to say 1 week. We're going to get the boots in a minute. Come on in. Come on in. Let me finish sharing this community post that we live talking about boots, right? In a matter of 1 week, right? I've been disrespected. I'm talking about on YouTube. I had somebody lie on me, right? I'm going to say his name because he ain't going to do nothing. And also, it's true. That's why I'm going to say his name. I'm not going to give him no celebrity. What's up, D-Town Funk? What's good? But I got to give him a little bit of publicity. In other words, I don't want him to be famous off of this. But I have to give him a little bit of press because he disrespected me, right? On Jab Queen Boxing's platform. Jab Queen is here, right? And his name is, what's this guy's name? NHA, right? He usually changes his name from NHA Tube and then NHA, right? I don't even think he's a content creator, right? But here's the thing. NHA lied on me. And Jab Queen Boxing is here in the live chat as a witness. It was her platform. He lied on me just the other day right? And he said that I told everybody on my platform that Terrence Crawford had egg weights in his gloves when he fought Errol Spence. And I challenged that man. And NHA, if you listening, right? Come in the chat and own up. I challenged that man. And I said to that man, since you are lying on me, right? I'm going to give you 24 hours to go back on the lives that I did. Gave him an actual time frame from July the 30th, even close to August to September. Go on those lives where Terrence Crawford's name is in the title, right? Or Errol Spence's name is in the title, because that's what you're referencing to. That was, he referenced it to me, that's where he heard me say it at, right? So go back in that live. I want you to record it on your phone. Come back on the platform, whether it be Jab Queen Boxing platform, my platform, it don't matter, as long as it's public, right? And replay the actual words that I said so people can hear me say the things that you are accusing me of saying. That was like what? What day was that on? Monday or Tuesday or something of last week? We haven't heard anything yet. When you lie on somebody, that's disrespectful. That's one of the guys that, disrespected me in a matter of 1 week. Right? Totally disrespectful. I don't know what's worse when it comes to me. Lying on me or lying to me. I don't know what's worse. Because typically people get the same reaction from me. You know what I'm saying? Lying on me or lying to me. I don't know what's worse. You're going to get the same reaction. Hold on, let me send this out. I have to finish sending this out. Come on, we're going to talk about boots. Let's go. Let's go. Come on in. Man, I think this is cool right here. No, we got to send it out to some more people. Come on in, y'all. Can I get a like, though? I don't ask for much. May I get 1 like, please? Because the likes are not congruent with the viewership right now. I don't ask for much. Hey, Lucky, the last one said I asked for much, Lucky. We're lucky at when you need him. We're going to get the boots in a second. Yeah, the last one said I asked for too much. I only really asked for one thing. That was peace. Couldn't get that. So, we move on in life. But listen, I don't ask for much. So if I ask you for a like, I don't ask for much. Let me get these. I'm going to get this out. No, let me see. Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get this out right now. Who else we got to send this to? Yeah. Oh. Let me just get that right. Get it right. Get it right. There we go. That's good enough. Right? So we're going to get the boots in a minute. So respect is mutual. Right? And respect is earned. Right? So number one, NHA, if you listening, right? You lied on me. And I know I didn't say that Terrence Crawford had egg weights in his gloves when he fought Errol Spence. You lied on me, and that was disrespectful, right? We talking about respect. We're going to get the boots in 1 second. I just want to do an icebreaker real quick because we need more people to come on there, right? Some people are late to class. I'm not going to hold you long tonight, I promise you. But that was disrespectful, right? Okay, a second thing that happened this week. I said 3 people disrespected me. The second thing that happened this week, I'm talking about on YouTube. Because we're talking about respect. It's an icebreaker. All right. So, Rich, right? I don't know him. Never heard of the guy before. I was on Jab Queen Boxing's platform the same night that NHA lied on me, right? Thank you, Jab Queen, for the great moderation you're doing. You're doing a tremendous job tonight. So I was on Jab Queen Boxing podcast. This is the same night NHA lied on me, right? The guy, Rich, don't know him. he was in his feelings because I always tell the truth about Terrence Crawford. One of the things that Rich noticed was that when I spoke on Terrence Crawford getting detained, I spoke on the fact that the police officers follow policy and procedure, and they did not violate the department's policy, according to all of the evidence that I presented based on what the chief of police said, the mayor said, and the documentation through the Internal Affairs Unit investigation, all on paperwork. Double salute to 2 Cents Boxing. She's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roller Tape Film Crew. And Rich called me the police. And then when I got off the platform, because me and him was kind of going back and forth a little bit, he called me a rat. I asked Rich on that platform, are you a Terrence Crawford fan? And he did the same thing that 95% of Terrence Crawford fans have done on this channel every time they're on my panel and I asked them that question. He answered the same way, the same response, which is, I'm a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of boxing. I didn't ask you that. I asked you, are you a Terrence Crawford fan? Okay? But in the event, he said, you the police, you bending on your knees, making a reference that's what I'm doing with Terrence Crawford. We have ladies here, right? So I'm not going to say the inference that he was making. I'm on my knees. Everybody know what that means when somebody gets on both of their knees, particularly women. We're not talking about no men. I'm not attracted to men. But he made a reference about me getting on my knees because I keep talking about Terrence Crawford, right? But when I got off the platform, he called me the police and he called me a rat. I wanted him to stand on that because that was disrespectful. So I caught him on Dean's platform. I didn't know he was going to be on Dean's platform. I was scrolling on YouTube. I didn't know Dean was going to be live. I'm scrolling on YouTube and I see that Dean was live. And I saw the same avatar that was on Jab Queen Boxing's platform that indicated that was Rich. So what did Mad Dog Marty do? I ran to the fire like I always do. I clicked the link and guess what I did? I'm going to play what I did. All right? Should I play it? What you think? I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to tell y'all. We talking about respect real quick. Hey, Dory. What's going on, Dory? Love when I see Dory's name in the chat. I love when I see all the ladies. I love when I see all the ladies' name in my chat. It's awesome. They call me Mac Marty. I don't know who made the name up. I don't know if it was 2 Cents or Cash Crypto. One of them did. But I love when the ladies show me support. I got a special PSA for all the ladies. But let me finish my story. We're going to talk about boots, all right? Come on in. Come on in. So what I did was I saw that he was on Dean's platform. So I said, Rich, you said some things about me that was disrespectful when I got off of Jab Queen's platform. I want to play something for you. And I rolled the tape. You know, I'm Mr. Roller Tape. So I rolled the tape on the words that he said that were disrespectful. And to my surprise, because I wanted him to stand on that and explain to me what he meant by that. And I actually want him to turn his camera to the on position so I can see his eyes man to man when he say that to me. But after I played that, he jumped off the panel and ran. And he told 2 Cents Boxing in the live chat after he ran, I'm not in the mood for that. After he disrespected me. We're talking about respect, y'all. We're going to get the boots in 1 second. But just yesterday, Deem does another live. Unbeknownst to me, I jump back on Deem's live. I jump back on his panel. And I see Rich there again. And I said to Rich, you ran from me the other day, Rich, after you disrespected me. I'm back on here and I see you on here again. And I'm pressing you again because I want to know what you meant by what you said. That was disrespectful. And you know what? To my surprise, Rich and I came to an understanding. I let him speak his piece. I spoke my piece. We had an unspoken agreement as men. And I think Rich actually have, since we're talking about the word respect, a deeper respect for me because of the way I carried it as a man, because it was disrespectful. And everything's cool. And the third person that disrespected me just so happened to be on the same panel, Boxing Hacker. I actually jumped out of character on him last night, and I make no apologies for it. Because of, once again, the word respect. Respect should be mutual, and respect is earned. So I addressed Boxing Hacker. Why? Because every time I was trying to talk and express a point that Rich was asking me a question about and some other people was asking me a question about to explain and give clarity to a specific topic called snack and Victor Conti, which somehow, some way, Terrence Crawford fans get so emotional and sensitive when I bring up that topic or when somebody else bring it up to me, right? But Boxing Hacker, who is definitely not allowed on my platform. I've been banning him months and months ago. But the thing is, he kept interrupting me over. I mean, I couldn't even get a full sentence out. Every time I respond, he say something. I tell him to chill. I said, chill, Boxing Hacker, chill out. You're doing too much. Let me finish my... No. He keeps interrupting me over and over and over again with these female traits. So I asked that man a question because he disrespected me. And the question was to him, do you have a relationship with a woman? Maybe I reframed it. I said, are you in a relationship with a woman? And because we do have ladies here tonight, I'm not going to repeat the next question that I asked him because of what I said to him and what I actually called him after that. But I will say this. That man disrespected me. I was disrespected 3 times on 2 different platforms in the same week. I'm not complaining about it. What I'm trying to get at is, if you disrespect me on YouTube, expect for me to come and press you. Just expect it. That's all. This is not the first time I've been disrespected on YouTube, right? And it's definitely not going to be the last. But what I'm saying is respect should be mutual between all parties involved. But you must earn respect too. Because once you lose respect, most times you don't get it back. I've been nothing but respectful since I've been on YouTube. I've been nothing but respectful. I've been nothing but honest, truthful, maintained integrity, being authentic, being who I really am, right? And people respect that about me. So when someone disrespects me and I go and confront them, they have to deal with what comes with that. One of the things I'm going to say, and we're going to get the boots because I have your attention, and I need to have at least one more like because the viewership and the likes are not congruent, okay? I'm going to make a public service announcement to the ladies, but before I do that, I want to take my glasses off and make a public statement this way. Because I told Boxing Hacker, okay, to turn his camera on. Because the words that he said to me were, you can't see me. Now, I took that a different way than what he claimed that he meant. He actually meant, this is what he told me after I spazzed out on him. He actually told me he meant I can't see him in a debate. But I thought he meant something else. So I asked that man, from one man to another, turn your camera on. I want to look you in your eyes as a man. And I want you to disrespect me man to man in my face. Just like I said to Rich, just like I said to Mike Williams Sr., just like I said to BFTB, just like I said to Blue Blood TV, just like I said to rich, whoever. It's the same principle that's going to apply for everybody. But the bottom line is, this is the PSA I want to say. Please, y'all, YouTube content creators, if you're listening, please stop with the gangster talk, please. If you are a boxing fan and you're on someone's channel, meaning someone, a host, gave you the privilege to be on their panel, and you're not a content creator, please stop with the gangster talk. I'm tired of you YouTubers and content creators and fans of boxing. I'm tired of y'all shooting 3 people in the same song. Stop talking gangster, please. It's no place for it. We're talking about boxing. Everybody want to be a tough guy. Why? I'm not impressed. Would you please stop? Stop talking gangster. There is no place for it. I don't care who you are. I'm just saying that I'm sick of it. This whole gangster image that people want to portray on YouTube, especially in the boxing community. Chill out with that. Because like I always tell Lucky, and like I always tell people that know me outside of YouTube, when you talk gangster, somebody in the world is going to want to press that push the start button to see if that car is going to move. You understand that principle, right? If you talk tough and act gangster, somebody in the world is going to want to press that push the start button to see if that car going to move. Please stop with the gangster talk, y'all, please. We have a lot of women that watch boxing, that support our platforms, that are fans of boxing, that are content creators. And I don't want to speak for the ladies, but I do see the reception in the live chat and even the comment sections of our women here that love and support boxing. They're not impressed, y'all. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all, straight up as a man. These women, these beautiful, intelligent ladies who are fans of the sport of boxing, right, that support our platforms, they are not impressed. I promise you, they're not. When y'all start talking gangster and hit them up and bang bang shoot them up, I'm gonna do this. Listen, these women, they are not impressed. I promise you. I guarantee you, they're not impressed. What's going on, Omega Red? They're not impressed. I mean, they're just not. They're not. So if you're trying to talk gangster and promote this street image because you want the ladies on the platform or in the live chat or in your comment section, or if you're a fan of boxing and you're on somebody else's panel, they're not. I'm telling y'all, these ladies are not impressed with that. I'm just saying, if that's who you're targeting, if that's your demographic of who you trying to act cute for, they're not impressed with that. And if that's your angle and that's the best you can do to get a woman's attention, there's something wrong with your game, my man. If you gotta act tough to impress a lady, then you gotta. Yo, send me an email. If that's you, send me an email. Mac Marty gonna give you some sauce, okay? Because that's not it. In 2025, that's not the way. In fact, that's actually outdated 30 years ago. You got to come up with something. You got to come up with better material. That's all I'm saying. We're going to get the boots in 1 second. Double salute to my guy, Fort Green Pharaoh. Appreciate the super chat. He plugged up the air fryer tonight. Thank you, Fort Green Pharaoh, for your support and contribution to the channel. Fort Green Pharaoh says, salute, Manager Marty in the chat. I'm here for it. Thank you. Listen, there was one word that was in the chat, right? If y'all just joining in. And I'm going to do this every live, right? For the icebreaker. If anybody just put one word that you want me to speak on, just a small little icebreaker, right? I'm going to speak on that word. And the word that someone put in the live chat was respect. So that's why I was talking about respect. We got to respect each other, right? That's all I'm saying. Who that? Who that in the chat? Who's that? Who is that? Hold on. I don't know. Hey, D. Warren, what's up? You know what's crazy, D. Warren? I don't know if that's a real page or not, because I'm not attracted to men. Everybody knows that. But D. Warren, right? A lady named D. Warren in my live chat, she said, "You so dang handsome, right? But let Blue Blood let me leave that man alone. I'm gonna leave him alone. But let Blue Blood tell it. He told his audience last year that I look like a retarded kid. That's what he said. I don't know. That's what he said. He said I look like a retard. He was trying to judge my facial features. I don't I don't know why men do that to other men. I don't know, but I don't know, D. Warren. But that's what he said. Another man said that. But you know, I'm not attracted to men, so it don't make me no difference how a man view me. I expect for men to think I'm ugly. A man can't call me handsome and be comfortable next to me. And that's all I'm saying. What I'm trying to say, Jab Queen, what I'm trying to say, D. Warren, what I'm trying to say, Two Cents Boxing, what I'm trying to say, Dory, is this. When I take pictures with men, whether we cool or not, or whether somebody see me at an event or a store, people see me all over the country and they be like, "Can I take a picture with you, Manager Marty?" I'm like, "Yeah, cool." This is for all the ladies, right? When I take pictures with a man, right? The man can put his hand on my shoulder, right? We trying to pose for a picture. You know what I mean? I will not put my arm around that man's waist. I'm just telling y'all about me. If a man takes a picture with me, you best believe my arm not gonna be around his waist. That's all I'm saying. I see a lot of men take pictures, celebrities, they arm be around the man's waist. I don't know what that's about. I'm just telling you. I have to give you some form of entertainment. That's all. Yeah, it's cool, you know, because you know how some guys, you know, you put your arm around a dude. You know what I mean? Some guys put your arm around a dude, you know what I mean, neck and his shoulder, like, yeah, we deucing it up. We one-timing it up. We boxing fisting it up. If you a man listening, I'm just telling you, your hand or your arm shouldn't be around that. It shouldn't be around that man's waist. That's all I'm trying to get at. That's all. Let's get the boots real quick, right? You know what's crazy about that? Double salute to D. Warren. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. You said I was handsome. I appreciate the compliment, right? You're not going to find not one woman, right? This don't have nothing to do with nothing. We talking about respect, and I'm going to get the boots. You're not going to find one woman, right? Whether she was married to me, whether she dated me, whether she went on a date with me just one time, whether she just had just a brief encounter with me, right? Or any other. You won't find not one lady, right, that will call me broke, that will call me disrespectful, that will call me ugly, that will say I'm dirty, that will say I'm dingy, that will say that my priorities not in order, that will say that I stink, that will say that I'm a weirdo. Like, words like that never apply to me when it comes to women. So that's why I have the confidence that I have, because it's not that deep. But when other guys don't have the confidence, they have to disrespect other people. They have to lie on other people. They have to insult other people. We're talking about respect, right? For example, thank you. Who did that? Thank you for whoever just timed that person out, right? I forgot what that person just said, right? Said I was a weirdo or corny or something. It was a man. See, that's what I'm saying in my live chat. I'm so corny, right? I'm so much a hater. I'm so much a weirdo. But you know what it is? It don't stop the viewership, because people love the way that I present information. Even if they say they don't like me, right? Even if they say I don't agree with you, Manager Marty, they keep coming back for more. I don't like Brussels sprouts, me personally. That's why I don't eat them. And if I go to a restaurant, I won't order them. I don't like them. I don't invest in things that I don't like. So if you don't like me, why are you investing? Why are you investing your time? That's all I'm saying. Yo, D1, double salute. D1, what's up, D1? And D1 was there on that platform, Jab Queen platform the other day. D1 was there When the guy called me a rat, a snitch, and this and that, the police, I'm on my knees for Crawford. Yeah, when he made that reference. Yeah, that was disrespectful. And when I confronted Rich on Dean's platform the other day, he ran. Me and Rich seem like we cool. We all right now. But I'm just saying it's all about respect. That's all it's about. And when men lack confidence, they disrespect other men. When men see that another man is a potential threat, they start insulting and disrespecting other men. This is what happens. I'm used to it. I've been going through this all my life. It's no new condition for me. Just know on YouTube, though, when you disrespect me, I'm going to confront you. That's all. And I want you to stand on the disrespect. That's all. Like when Bill Haney undermined my position and experience as a boxing manager, calling me a manager at Walmart and a manager of Target, when Bill Haney knows I don't work there. But when I went on World Star Knowledge Boxing Channel, I think that's his channel, the guy from the UK, right? I went on there when Bill Haney was on there. When I heard his voice, I tapped in, jumped on the panel to ask Bill Haney some questions about that so he can stand on what he said. And Bill Haney ran off the show. You see what I'm saying? It's just entertainment, but we have to respect each other. That's all. Now, let's get the Boots real quick. Now, people say Boots is overrated. Let's talk about it. I promise you I'm not going to hold you long. Right? Thank you, D1, for that. I'm going to read what D1 just said. The only ones that don't see it the way we do is because their favorite fighter is involved with Snack, but they really know. Exactly. If your favorite fighter is involved with Snack, right, and you're mad when I bring it up, don't get mad at me. I'm just reacting to the facts. Why don't you go get, if Snack is that bad for you to get mad at me, why not address the fact that your favorite fighter called Victor Conti to go to Snack? Why you get mad at me? I don't get it. I don't care, but I don't get it. Double salute to my guy. Been praying for him, and I'm glad he's here tonight. Mr. Greg, Mr. Gregory Quarterbomb, thank you for coming. Man, we miss you, Mr. Greg. Where you been at? We know that you haven't been around. We hope, me personally, I told you this, I hope and pray that, you know, that you're feeling better, that you're feeling well. Glad to see you tonight. You just made my day, Mr. Greg. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you coming out, man. As always, Mr. Greg. Now, check this out, right? People say Boots is overrated. I want to give a stat that's important. Some people criticize Boots, and okay, no problem. To each his own, right? Some people criticize Boots because back in February, and I'm going back, so I need y'all to stay with me. Back in February, February 2025, Jaron Boots Ennis, he was asked, right, to fight Virgil Ortiz at 154 pounds. Now remember, Boots was at 147 pounds. He had one title, the IBF welterweight title, right? His goal, his dream, his objective was to become undisputed in the four-belt era in the welterweight division, right? So he was pursuing fights with world champions in the welterweight division. Boots was being criticized because the proposition was for Boots to go to Saudi Arabia, jump up a weight class to 154, be on the undercard to fight Virgil Ortiz, not for a title, but just for bragging rights. And what I said then was, it's not a good business move for Boots from a business perspective. Now, I'm coming from the perspective as a boxing manager. That wouldn't be a good move for Boots because then he would have to come back down in weight to 147 to continue to pursue being undisputed. That's number one. Number two, he just got finished having a very successful outing at the Wells Fargo Center. Not once, but twice in a matter of 4 months as the headliner. So not only do we have to go up in weight and then come back down, but he also has to go to another country. Then on top of that, he's going to have to be on an undercard. There was no incentive for Boots to acquiesce to all of those demands. All of those demands at that time. Boots was being highly criticized, right? Now check this out. The people that criticize Boots, whether they're content creators or just boxing fans in general, but the ones that criticize Boots, you're not going to find any of them. And I'm talking about content creator or just a fan of boxing, right? You're not going to find any of them that was lobbying for Boots to move up in weight to fight Virgil Ortiz before they heard Turkey al-Sheikh say it. If you can find a content creator, and I'm talking about before January of this year, I'm talking about from December of 2024 all the way to January of 2024. If you can find one content creator, one boxing fan that joined the panel or in the live chat or the comment section, right, that said that they want Boots to move up to 154 to fight Virgil Ortiz, if you can find that, please email it to me because I still haven't found it yet. But Boots was being criticized and accused of ducking Virgil Ortiz. But the same people that said he was ducking Virgil Ortiz, none of them were lobbying for Virgil Ortiz to fight Boots before Turkey al-Sheikh mentioned it to Eddie Hearn. That's a fact. Okay, now moving right along. Boots declined. Right? Boots declined because he wanted to pursue being undisputed in the welterweight division by fighting world champions. I'm talking about at that time, right? Okay, now his promoter, Eddie Hearn, is on record of confirming that he was initiating fights with different fighters, including Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. didn't call out Boots. Brian Norman's team didn't call out Boots. Eddie Hearn initiated the process to negotiate with Brian Norman Jr.'s team so that Brian Norman can fight Boots in Philly to unify the belts. Now, I'm giving you timeline so we can get to where we're going to get to tonight. Now, watch this. I said this on multiple platforms for the past 6 months. I'm going to say it again tonight. When Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, right, when they collectively wanted to unify in the welterweight division, no one was applying demands for them to move up at 154, come back down and defend those titles and unify those titles. No one put those demands on Errol Spence when Errol Spence wanted to remain in the welterweight division and pursue other world champions to unify and become undisputed. No one else on YouTube as a content creator or a boxing fan jumping on channels. No one else. No one in boxing, period, was asking and demanding for Errol Spence to do that. No one in boxing was demanding for Terrence Crawford to do that. But somehow, some way, the rules just changed because of Boots. Right? Okay. Now, let me take it a step further. Give you some similarities. Terrence Crawford fought David Evanesian in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska, right before he fought in a unification bout against Errol Spence Jr. There were content creators on YouTube that praised Terrence Crawford for fighting David Evanesian in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska, even though they knew that people behind the scenes pulled David Evanesian off of a card that he was already signed to compete on literally 2 weeks prior to the fight with Terrence Crawford. Of course, the fight never happened because he was, offered some money, him and his manager. But the bottom line is, some Terrence Crawford fans didn't criticize Terrence Crawford when it was his time to fight David Evanesian in his hometown. Fast forward, right? Boots fought David Evanesian in his hometown in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Right? Before he unified the titles. You see the similarity in that? Because there's somebody in my live chat telling me that was a bad analogy. No, it wasn't. I'm going to repeat it because I don't think you heard it. Terrence Crawford fought David Evanesian in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska, before he fought Errol Spence to unify the titles. Everybody praised Terrence Crawford. Oh, okay. Jaron Boots Ennis fight the same opponent, David Evanesian, in his hometown, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, before he unified the titles with Stan Jonas. And people criticized Boots. I'm going to take it another step further. Terrence Crawford moves up in weight at 154 pounds and fight an unknown fighter who had only 11 professional boxing matches. He moved up, first fight at 154, and he fought Israel Madrimov, a guy that none of you knew who he was. Only had 11 professional boxing matches. Right? Terrence Crawford wins that fight. And Terrence Crawford fans, they didn't criticize him. They was praising Turkey al-Sheikh. I heard y'all and I remember that. Cool. This is not about Bud Crawford. I'm talking about Boots. Stay with me. Now, watch this. Boots. He do the same thing. In his first fight, moving up to 154 pounds, he fights a fighter that none of y'all know have 15 professional boxing matches under his belt. And Boots get criticized? You want me to take it a step further? Okay, I will. Boots fight Israel Madrimov. Right? He fights Israel Madrimov. In his next fight, he fights a big fight for him. Canelo Alvarez. Don't worry about the belts. I'm trying to tell you there's a concept to all of this that I want you to acknowledge. In other words, he fought a fighter who was limited in his experience inside of that ring as a professional with 11 professional bouts before, as a prerequisite, before he fought in a big fight with Canelo Alvarez, right? Boots moves up in weight. First fight, he fights Lima. Limited professional boxing experience with 15 professional bouts. Right? Before, as a prerequisite, before he fights in his big fight with Virgil Ortiz. I'm going to sit back, sip some water, and see if we have some haters and detractors in my live chat that's going to dispute the facts that I just said. I want to see. I want to see. Because everything I said was a fact. And I'm not coming at Terrence Crawford. So don't use that and say, oh, you always talking bad about Bud. No, I'm not. Never said nothing bad about the guy. I'm talking about, in this instance, the same group of people that praise Terrence Crawford are the same group of people that's criticizing Jaron Boots Ennis for doing exactly the same thing that we've seen Terrence Crawford do. Be consistent is all I'm saying. What's up, Sin Ironheart? That's all I'm saying. We're not talking about just the titles. Okay? We see people trying to get out of it. We're not talking about what Bud did. I am talking about what Boots did. I'm just using what Bud did as a reference. I'm just laying a foundation. But see, some of you Terrence Crawford fans who hate Boots, by the way, that's where I'm getting at with all of this. Only people that think Jaron Boots Ennis is overrated, most of them are Terrence Crawford fans. That's just the reality of it. I'm talking about as far as the Terrence Crawford fans that I know that be on certain panels, that be in my live chat, that be in my live comments section. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. A lot of Terrence Crawford fans basically don't like Boots. We figured it out. We figured it out. So they criticize Boots a lot. I don't know why. I'm not sure. But I'm just saying be consistent. If you're going to praise Terrence Crawford for fighting Israel Madrimov, a guy who only had 11 professional fights, and that was his first fight at 154, then give Boots some praise for fighting Lima. His first fight at 154, and the guy only had 15 pro fights. Give Boots credit. Because a lot of content creators that be on Terrence Crawford, they criticizing Boots for doing the same thing Bud just did. That's all I'm saying. Be consistent. That's really where I'm getting at with this. Because if you think that Boots is overrated, right? If you think he's overrated, then why are you expecting him to fight better competition? If the guy is overrated anyway, it don't matter who he's fighting. Because if he's overrated in your eyes and he does fight top level competition, you basically already saying he's going to lose. I mean, that's all I see. That's all I'm saying. You can't have it both ways. Don't be a hypocrite. And please don't put out this false narrative that I'm only saying this because I'm from Philly, born and raised, right? And Boots is from Philly, born and raised. Please don't do that. Because I keep it real no matter who the fighter is. I call it straight down the middle, unbiased, and I'll always give you a fair objective, always. Now, Boots done called all them fighters out that y'all said he was ducking, including Virgil Ortiz. So hopefully, in 2026, from what we've been hearing from Eddie Hearn, hopefully they actually get an opportunity to fight in 2026. I'm talking about Boots and Virgil Ortiz. That's all. Everybody want to talk about the level of competition and don't understand the business of boxing. That's why I'm glad you're here, because that's what I do. I teach the business. I'm the most qualified content creator on YouTube in boxing community that can teach you about the business of boxing. You're not going to find one fighter from the 1960s all the way up to 2025 that fought killer after killer after killer after killer after killer after killer in their career. You're not going to find one fighter from 1960 to 2025 who never had a tune-up in their career. You're not going to find one professional boxer. They all had multiple tune-ups. It's the nature of the business. I know that might not be a fanfare perspective, and fans are going to disagree with it. Fans not going to like it because you have a certain expectation level for boots. I get it. I get it. Some of your criticism might be warranted. I get it, but don't overdo it and don't overkill. But think about it. If another fighter fights a tune-up in their hometown, don't criticize them. It's the nature of the business. It's the nature. If there's no title on the line, either the opponent is moving up in weight, right? Moving down in weight, right? Or a title is on the line. I'm talking about when the A side is in their backyard. For example, Clarissa Shields. Wasn't she in her backyard? We know that the opponent that she fought in her backyard, I'm talking about in the state of Michigan, twice. We know that those opponents wasn't on her skill level, but that's the nature of the business. We know David Evanesian wasn't on the skill level of Boots when Boots fought him in his hometown. It's the nature of the business. We know David Evanesian wasn't on the skill level of Terrence Crawford when Terrence Crawford fought him in his backyard at home. It's the nature of the business. It wasn't a belt on the line, was it? So we moved to the next thing, the weight class. We moved to the next thing, skill level. You know, like when Errol Spence fought Mikey Garcia in his backyard, AT&T Stadium, right? Okay then. Right or wrong? Okay then. Mikey Garcia moved up in weight, right? So we've seen this happen over and over and over again. From 1960 all the way up to 2025. It's the nature of the business. So if you're going to criticize Boots for doing that, you got to criticize everybody else that did it before you. That's all. If there's no, I'm teaching you the business of boxing. If there's no title on the line, the next thing is this person moving up in weight or moving down in weight? For an example, Bernard Hopkins, his hometown at that time where he sold a lot of tickets was in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Right? What happened with the weight disparity between him and Kelly Pavlik? Okay? I'm telling you all the business. No title on the line. Cool. Is there a weight disparity? Cool. Is it going to be competitive enough? At least. Even if it don't last long. Cool. And what about the skill level? What about what the opponent did in their last fight? That counts for something. So these are the criteria used when we talk about matchmaking fights. When we talk about managing fighters. When we talk about promoting fighters. It's the nature of the business. Right? So that's all I'm saying. Bud don't want to fight Boots, D-Town Funk, and you know that. We all know that. When Boots was at 147 and Bud was at 147 after he beat Errol Spence. And guess what? As a boxing manager, you heard me say this D-Town Funk in my videos around that time, right after he beat Spence. I don't recommend Terrence Crawford fighting Jaron Boots Ennis at that time. So I agreed with Bud. Even now, Bud say he don't want to fight Boots. I got the tape. In the press conference, post-fight, after he fought, what's the name? Canelo. He said it. I don't blame him. I get it. I told y'all Bud wasn't going to move back all the way down to 154 anyway. Told y'all that. Some people didn't believe. I'm talking about at the time that he was going to fight Canelo. I told y'all that in the build-up. He's not going all the way back down to 154. It makes no sense. And guess what? Bud fans is not even expecting him and wasn't expecting him to go all the way down to 54 after he was just at 168. You see what I'm saying? So that's the reality of it. Name a big name that Adrian Broner fought. Name a big name that Tank Davis fought. Name a big name that Floyd Mayweather fought. Name a big name that Manny Pacquiao fought. I'm going somewhere with this. This is rhetorical. I'm not really expecting y'all to name. Why am I bringing those names up? I'm bringing those names up because all of the names I mentioned, right? They're on a certain level, and they were on a certain level. Okay? So basically what I'm saying, it should be quick to name a big name for those fighters I just mentioned. Quick. But they all had to start somewhere. That's really the point that I'm getting at. They all had to start somewhere, regardless of what their record is. They all had to start from somewhere. And we know that Boots had a late start when it comes to getting his name out there compared to the guys that I just mentioned. So we can't put the same expectation level on Boots that we did just the guys that I just named that got names on their resumes. We just can't. It's not fair to do. Some of y'all didn't even know who Boots was 4 years ago. I'm talking about you guys that's not fans of his. Y'all didn't know who Boots was 4 years ago. Some of y'all didn't even know Boots was fighting on, what's the name of that? Showtime, The Next Generation. Some of y'all didn't even know that. Fighters have to have a start somewhere. So even though Boots may not have a big name on his resume compared to those other guys I mentioned, he's starting his career on a different level. It's levels to this. And it's about having a certain type of representation. I told y'all that before. Good representation is priceless in this business. There's a certain way you have to move as a professional boxing manager, as a professional boxing promoter. When you have a talented, world-class, gifted fighter that some people won't give the chance for him to fight. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence wasn't going to give no Boots no chance to fight them 2 years ago. And y'all know that they weren't. And guess what? I get it. It's the business. Boots did not bring a belt to the negotiation. He didn't bring a name recognition to the negotiation at those times 2 years ago. The fans wanted Terrence Crawford to fight Errol Spence at the welterweight division. People were overlooking Boots. I'm talking about fans, right? Okay, then. So now we have to build this fighter up. We have to build the product. And I think because y'all are sports fans, you don't understand the concept of the business of boxing. And that's why I'm so glad that you're here so I can teach you. And you start putting all these unrealistic expectations because you don't like Boots. But y'all same ones wasn't putting these expectations on none of the other fighters. You wasn't. Some of y'all praised Tank Davis for fighting Lamont Roach, and half of y'all didn't even know who Lamont Roach was. Didn't even know that Lamont Roach had fought on multiple undercards on pay-per-views. Y'all didn't even know that. Because I heard some of you saying, oh man, who's Lamont Roach? Lamont Roach ain't nobody. Some of y'all didn't even know who he was. And y'all was criticizing Tank for giving him an opportunity. And we all was in for a treat on the night of that fight. You see my point? Tank Davis wasn't Tank Davis when he first signed with Mayweather. Tank Davis was 11-0 when he first signed with Mayweather Promotions. You got to start somewhere in this business. Tank Davis wasn't fighting no big-time killers when he first got signed to Floyd. Okay, then. So we can't put this unrealistic expectation to Boots just because he just got signed to Eddie Hearn a year and a half ago. It's a process is what I'm trying to say to you all. I'm not mad or criticizing anybody that's criticizing Boots. I'm not Boots' spokesperson. I'm not no man's spokesperson. But at the same time, when I see that there's an injustice here against Boots, I'm going to speak up on it. Because your expectations are unrealistic is where I'm getting at with that. It's unrealistic, y'all. That's all I'm saying. He's in a tight spot right now. If he's too good, then you're going to say that, man, he's dominating lower level competition. If he don't dominate somebody like a Karen, y'all going to say, man, I told y'all he didn't have the goods. He's a fraud. The man can't win for nothing. And guess what happened? He fought Karen in a rematch and took care of Karen much easier than the first fight. Even though some of y'all were writing boots off after that first Karen fight. That's all I'm saying. So if you're going to use a particular standard, use that same standard for everybody all across the board. Y'all can't name no big-time killers that Tank Davis fought when he first signed with Mayweather. In his first 6 fights, name a big-time killer that he fought with big-time name recognition. Name it. Name it. Name a big-time killer that Terrence Crawford fought when he was with Top Rank. Jeff Horn. I'm talking about in the welterweight division. We're not talking about the lower ones. We know y'all going to say Ricky Burns. I get it. In the welterweight division, name some killers he fought. You ain't going to find one. Because it's the nature of the business. I've been telling y'all that. I'm being consistent. I'm not just taking up for Boots because that's my guy. And Coach L and Coach Bozy, my guys. I'm keeping it real regardless. That's how I carry it. It's the nature of the business. No fighter fight killer after killer after killer after killer. And y'all know that. It's the nature of the business. You're going to have some gimme fights here and there. It happens. Okay? Boots have been in a contract dispute. And then his representation suddenly passed. Some of y'all forgot about that. You have to include that in the equation when we're talking about where Boots is as far as his record is concerned. You gotta include those facts. He's a young, hungry, up-and-coming lion. Them veterans with a big name that's chasing after that big money, they're not supposed to give him a shot. Because it happens in the business. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. No, Motorsports. You can't use Errol Spence. Yeah. I said name a killer that Terrence Crawford fought in the welterweight division. You said Errol Spence. You're a Terrence Crawford fan, Motorsports. I don't accept that answer from you. Now, if somebody who's a non-Terrence Crawford fan say Errol Spence, I'm going to give them the credit for that. But if you are a Terrence Crawford fan, you better not say Errol Spence. You better not. Because I heard 99.9% of you say that Errol Spence don't have no good footwork. Errol Spence don't have a good jab. Errol Spence is an alcoholic. Errol Spence get punched too much. Errol Spence keep his head on the line. Errol Spence don't got no real skills. I heard y'all. So we can't let you Terrence Crawford fans come back now all of a sudden and say he's a killer. And you know what? I'm saying Errol Spence is a killer. And guess who else believed that Errol Spence was a killer? You guessed it. Terrence Crawford himself believed that Errol Spence was a killer. Can somebody in the live chat ask me how I know that? I promise you I'm going to let y'all go. Can someone in the live chat ask me how do I know Terrence Crawford believed that Errol Spence was a killer before he fought him? Can somebody just ask me how, please? Just ask me how I know that, please. Preferably a Terrence Crawford fan. Thank you, Sin Ironheart. You're not a Terrence Crawford fan, but I am going to answer I'm going to answer your question. Hey, Sin, you're going to like this one. Want to know how I know that? Because Terrence Crawford called the dope man to beat Errol Spence. He called Victor Conte because he wanted to dominate Errol Spence. You see? Because he believed in his heart that Errol Spence was a killer. That's why he called Victor. Don't get mad at me. I got fans all over the UK watching me right now. Double salute to my guy Samuel. He's watching me right now and he's subscribed from the UK. He put the call in, Aaron. Double salute to Aaron Muhammad. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roller Tape Film Crew. Hey, Biz on the beat. What's up, my guy? Terrence Crawford believed more than his own fans when he picked that phone up and he called Victor Conte. Don't get mad at me. I didn't make it up. Victor Conte told me when he was here on this platform because Gregory Quarterbaum, a Terrence Crawford fan, threw the alley-oop in the super chat and asked Victor Conte, Victor, who called who? Did you call Terrence Crawford to get with Snack? Or did did Terrence Crawford call you, Victor? And Victor Conte told us. I got the tape. Listen, don't make me play it, Bud Crawford fans. Don't make me play it. No, but seriously, though, you know I love entertaining y'all. I have the tape. I have it. He called the white man. Since y'all always on this black power, he called the white man to beat up the black guy. But he called Victor Conte. This is not racial. It's just entertainment. He called that man. He called that man, J-Rock. I'm just telling you what he did. He went, thank you, Dory. He went to Victor Conte, a convicted steroid dealer. He called him to beat Errol Spence, and you all know it. That's why he looked different. His performance was enhanced in that fight. Don't get mad at me. And I didn't forget. I have to give my public service announcement to all the ladies. Fellas, do me a favor, please. I promise you, I'm going to let you all go, but I have to do this for the ladies, right? Light Skin Business. What's up, sweetheart? How you doing? This is for the ladies. Fellas, do me a favor, because I know some of y'all going to be hating on me when I do this, and that's okay. Do me a favor, right? Step to the side. This is not for you all, okay? Step to the side, fellas. This message is for the ladies. Let me drink some water, because I want to put my R&B voice on. Hold on. This is for the ladies. This is not for you fellas, okay? Step to the side. I'm going to let y'all come back in the room, but right now, this is for all of the supporters, all the ladies. Step to the side. Ladies, y'all got my dimple showing and everything. You know I'm showing off. Ladies, y'all have my dimple showing tonight, ladies. And I have to do this. It's only for the ladies. You're not going to find nobody else on YouTube to do this. I'm doing this for the ladies, fellas. Don't be hating on me, please. It's not for y'all. Double salute to all of the ladies that's watching me live and live in color. And those of you ladies that's watching me on the replay. I want to tell you this in all sincerity. You know this about me, ladies. And if you don't know, I'm going to tell you something about Manager Marty. My heart is bigger than my whole body. I'm very genuine. I'm really serious right now. I really appreciate y'all. So double salute to all the ladies that's engaging in the chat, that's engaging in the comments section, that's coming here over and over again, investing your time. The most valuable asset that we have in life is time. And you always not just invest your time, but also your monetary resources to help support this channel all over the world. And of course, in the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. So thank you, ladies. I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for always standing with me. Thank you for doing something that impresses me so much. And that is having so much grace in my live chat, being so attuned to what I'm saying and being very less emotional. Women, I commend you all because you are less emotional than 80% of the men that be on this channel. And I want to tell y'all, I notice you. Thank you so much for your support. And that's my message. All right, fellas, enough with the hugs, handshakes, and Valentine's Day cards. Come on back in the room now. All right, all right. Come on back in the room. That was for the ladies right there. That wasn't for y'all. I always acknowledge them, or at least my mind, if I remember, right, is always impressed upon me to publicly acknowledge all the ladies that's in the chat, that's watching me live, that's watching the replay, right, that give super chats, that give cash apps. I appreciate it. And they and also invest in their time, which is more important. So that's for the ladies. You ain't gonna find another content creator to do it. And if you do, you know where they got it from. Like they be stealing from me all the time. And the ladies know they can't swagger jack me. There's nothing you can do. I was born with this swag. There's nothing you haters can do. The ladies came to see me. They didn't come to see you, Otis. But that's all I'm saying. Back to the whole Boots thing. As the viewership is increasing exponentially, that's all I'm saying. Give Boots a chance to continue to develop. Okay? He called out all the big names, so everybody's going to hold him accountable for fighting the big names. He called out Virgil Ortiz. He called out Xander. He called out even Lubin, if Lubin beat Virgil Ortiz, because that's not a guarantee, right? But I'm just saying, he even said if Lubin win, he'll fight Lubin. He called out another world champion, Sebastian Fundora. So give him an opportunity to stand on his words. Double salute to my guy, Mr. Altruistic. He's a member of the channel, supervisor of the Roll to Take film crew. That's all I'm saying. Because other fighters had opportunities to fight Boots back then. But because they knew that they would get way more publicity and way more money, they made other decisions. And by right, why not? And Boots even called out Charlo. So you got to give the young man credit and also give him an opportunity. He just got to the division. This is something that y'all said he ducked in February of this year because he didn't acquiesce to the demands of Turki Al-Sheikh. So now that he's here, give the young man an opportunity. That's all I'm saying. And if you're going to criticize his resume, I'm going to need y'all to do that to every other fighter who first signed to a promoter. That's all I'm saying. It's the nature of the business. Not making no excuses for Boots. But some of these things that happened to Boots were beyond his actual control. So hold him accountable for the things that he can control. That's all. Listen, it's all about doing things in decency and in order and keeping that same standard for all the fighters. That's all I'm saying. You know what? I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it.